is the name given Richard Alpert by his guru whom he met in India in 1967. Richard Alpert is the name given to the child who would grow up to become a professor of psychology at Harvard University and a pioneering experimenter with Timothy Leary in the psychological effects of LSD during the 60s. Today, Ram Dass speaks and writes on the benefits and techniques of attaining higher levels of consciousness.
It's good to get the family together. I think that the spiritual trip at this moment is not necessarily a cave in the Himalayas, but it's in relation to the technology that's existing. It's relation to where we're at. It's in relation to issues like pollution and political interests and activism and stuff like that. I think that's all part of one package now. The game is to be where you are, be it honestly and as consciously as you know how. When we were all with Maharaji, I decided, well, he keeps saying tell the truth and don't get angry, but the truth is I am angry. And I've spent so long being phony, like I love everyone. See, all the time my heart is full of anger. Oh, you're Ram Dass. Oh, yes, I love you. And all the time I'm thinking, I wish to tell her. And that hypocrisy was driving me up the walls. Okay? And I thought, gee, he said to tell the truth. I think for a change I'll tell the truth. So people would come into my room, and I would say, get the hell out of this room, you lazy. You're too nice. You nauseate me. So I cut up a piece of apple into many pieces, and I went around and I looked each person into the eye. And I couldn't feed them the piece of apple until I was free of the anger, because to give somebody food with anger is like giving them poison, because the vibration gets transmitted. It's the opposite of healing, if you will. And I could feel that the thing that was between me and them at this point was my pride. The only game in town is the game of being, which includes both high and low. Every time you push anything away, it's still there. The pile under the rug gets very big, you know. Okay. So it gets so that your downs are actually far out without being masochistic. Your downs turn out to be more interesting than your highs after a while, because they're showing you where you are, where you aren't. Like I get into a depression. See? Well, like I got angry tonight. I was fascinated by that. Far out. Look at how I came in being a holy man. I lost my cool. Far out. Isn't that great? I don't have any sense of social responsibility. I'm not trying to do good. I'm just doing my gig. If I were a bus driver, I'd be driving a bus. And I speak, so I speak. It's my thing. Okay? Everybody has their part in the drama. And no part is any better than any other part. They're just parts in the drama. Now, the issue of love, it's important that the distinction be made between the verb love, which takes an object, and the being, the state of being, which is love. You're afraid that if you don't try to be loving, you'll be awful. But the fact is that behind loving and awfulness, we are. And where we are is love.